Hi, hello. This is Teresa from Casa de Rosado Galleria and Cultural Center. I am the founder of the center. I am first and foremost an artist, and I wanted to share with you what's going on with the Galleria. As you know, DEI cuts were targeting cultural institutions, specifically ones that celebrate culture such as ours, and all of the grants, programming grants that we were set to apply for were cut. And we did not apply for a community foundation grant because it takes us a considerable amount of time to write each of these grants. And the two other grants that we were hoping to apply for would have enabled us to, number one, hire a director that would have given us the opportunity to finally have full operations, as well as the director would have wrote more grants. And we really need about 12 to 18, maybe 20 grants a year. We need somebody that's able to do that full time, and that's why we need a director. Without a director, we can't do that. But what does this mean? That means it's expensive to run this place, and electricity and utilities is very high. We pay commercial rates. It's very different than your typical rates, and it means that we will still have workshops. We will still host exhibits. If we find sponsors, we'll have exhibits. It means that we'll definitely have Dia de los Muertos. That is a given. We've already talked with the Michigan History Center, although there was just an announcement there were cuts along that aspect too, and I'm not sure if that will change the plans that we have and the funds that are available. We are short about $5,000. One of the main sources that we use for grants was cut, and but I'm not quite sure how that will flesh out. We were hoping to hit more sponsors this year than in the past, and we have this wonderful tradition that we want to maintain. So you'll still find us here doing random workshops. I did get funding. I'm seeking funding as an artist and kind of trying to dovetail that into workshops at the gallery so that I can find funds to lead workshops here. So keep your eye open for that. I have no control over how these are granted and when they'll be granted. They just kind of appear, and you'll see an announcement. So I do a lot of my posting on YouTube. How do you find a post on YouTube? Click on our Casa de Rosado YouTube page and then click on the actual image, and then it will pull up more than just videos. It will show posts, shorts, and videos. It'll list these things, and you'll be able to see what we're doing. We are trying to shift away from the meta services. They were one of the first that jumped on the anti-DEI bandwagon, but here I am sharing a video with you on Facebook. A lot of you have not made the transition, and we really need people to step up and say, no, this is enough. We're not tolerating these cuts in DEI. You are playing an important part. We are going to have a sign-making party, a call to action sign-making party at our Galleria on Sunday, March 30th from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. We'll have supplies here available for you to make signs, as well as a slideshow of, I love a lot of the signs from the 60s and 70s and protest signs as an art form. Like, come see the signs, enjoy the work, enjoy hanging out with some great people. Alrighty. So we are going to strive. We're going to prioritize our Lansing School District kids out of all of this mess. They are always the first to feel the impact of these cuts, and there are already a whole bunch of them since Engler and 4 schools of choice. We watched the 80 to 90% of the kids are in poverty, fall below the poverty level, and 79% identify as either Black or Hispanic. So there was a great loss of people within our school districts and great loss of funds in the Lansing School District. That is why we prioritize that. We also decided to prioritize kids. A lot of times we were having exhibits and paying for lots of wine and food for people. And it, when we were examining where all of our money was going, we decided, hey, we would rather make an impact on kids' lives. So that's why you're seeing some changes. We don't host exhibits out of pocket here anymore. I would rather, if I was going to do anything out of pocket, it'll be the kids in the Lansing School District. So if you find it in the kindness of your heart to sponsor us, or have a maybe you are an employee of a business or corporation and you're aware of some sponsorships, we really need those. We need access to those, and share that information with us, or hook us up. Maybe you could talk to the people there that are the sponsors and share about organizations such as ours. We've been open for almost 9 years, and no, we're not closing. We're gonna hang in there, okay? We're fighters, so we do cut back when we have to, and we're cutting back, okay? So when the weather warms, watch for the table outside and drop in. Not only just for art, but just for community support and fellowship. You're still welcome to drop by and be there, okay? We'd love to see you. And yeah, our banners are like, just a cheese and cracker exhibit is usually about $300, and we start adding in like a taco bar exhibit, or if we add wine or something, it can easily get to be about $500. And we start adding banners and signage, advertising. Yeah, we're talking hundreds of dollars, even up to thousands of dollars for these types of sponsorships. So I would love to host more exhibits. We want to feature more art. I'm seeing artistic skills increase of a lot of artists in Michigan. That means more of our artists are going into schools and getting the training that they need, and they're getting, but they need community support. They need validation. They need repetitive places to share their work, and followers. They need people, we need people just to be appreciative of art and come and show up, and we need people to encourage other artists. And that's probably one of the things we find most lacking in this community. We have a lot of people that like to critique others, but we have very few people that like to lift each other up. Please, that's going to be my challenge for you, is to lift each other up. Look at it as this a time to lift each other up and support one another. And we're going to get through this, okay? All right, so that's what's up. No, we're not closed. We are simply reducing our services until our next round of funding. Like I said, I'm expecting January, January or February to have more grants out there, and we have to really hit the foundation grants this time, and sponsorships. So there's just a bit of change, and it's going to take some time for us to catch up. And but thank you for supporting us. Thank you for bringing your kids in. Thank you for coming in, and when our artists are here and saying, oh, I love your work, or oh, great job. I mean, I'm so proud of you. You work so hard to do this. Be an encourager. I know I've been encouraged by you, and I'm so thankful for that, okay? So bye for now.